Hi, this is an intermediate level gentle yoga class, and today we'll be focusing on strengthening and opening in the upper body. Before we get started, we'll be using a strap in today's practice as well as a block. Let's go ahead, find a comfortable seated position. It can be cross-legged, it can be sitting on your heels, or maybe even sitting in a chair. And bringing the hands onto the knees, close the eyes or soften your gaze. And just take a few moments, feel the sit bones heavy on the ground, finding length in the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then softening in the shoulders. And just finding the breath. Noticing how you arrived on your mat today. So checking in with how you're feeling physically, mentally, energetically, doing a full body scan. Noticing the quality of your breath without making any changes. Is it shallow or deep? Is it coming from the belly or from the chest? Is it smooth or choppy? Once you've made note, just start to deepen and lengthen the inhales and the exhales. And your inhales filling up from the belly. And on the exhales, emptying the lungs completely. On the inhales, filling up. And the exhale, empty. Let's take one more big breath in. And big breath out. Now the eyes can stay closed and just start to bring some movement into the shoulders. Up and down the back a couple times. Notice any tension that you're holding today. And going from the back to the front. And then release the shoulders down. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder and just coming through center, go side to side a couple times. Let go of any holding, tensing, gripping. Continue like this if it feels safe and okay for you. Do a full circle one time in either direction. Come back to center and sit tall. Let's take a breath in and breath out. And then take the hands, interlace them, find some figure eights. Warming up the hands and the wrists. Giving them a little attention, a little break from all the use. Switching out the direction. And then take the hands, sit tall. Flip the palms facing forward and then press the palms forward. Keep the shoulders plugged in. Take about 3 rounds of breath here. And start to reach the palms up overhead. Find a nice stretch, heart lifted, shoulders soft. And then gently release, open the arms up. And release them down. Continuing to sit tall, feel the belly pull in so the core is engaged. And then extend the arms straight out in front of you. Palms facing down, shoulders plugged in, tiny little circles. Starting to warm up the arms, wake them up. Just keeping the circles nice and small. It doesn't have to be very big. Nice controlled movements. And it may not look like much right now, but after we do a couple rounds, you'll definitely feel your arms. And then switch out the direction of the circle. Keep it going. Keep the shoulders back. Making sure you're continuing to sit tall. And then bring the arms up to eye height. Keep the circles going. Make sure that the arms don't dip down. Energy reaching through the fingertips. Nice small movements. This is my second set of today, so I'm already feeling it. And then switch out the direction of the circles. And just breathe through it. Keep the breath moving. And toning the arm muscles. All right, let's reach the arms overhead like we're having a party. Tiny little circles, arms up in the air. It's amazing, you don't even need weights. And then switch out the direction of the circles. Now, if you don't feel this first round that we do, then you can always pause the video, do it a second time, and you'll definitely feel it. All right, last one, arms straight out, shoulder height, circles forward. Make sure the arms don't dip down, keep it strong, keep reaching, you can do it. We're almost there, just a little bit longer. Find the breath. And just leaning into that discomfort, that's where the change happens. So those moments we want to give up, just pushing a little bit further. And then switch out the direction, going towards the back. We're almost there. We're here for 8, 7, 6, 5. You can do it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let it go. Relax the arms down. Let's take a deep breath in. Cleansing breath out. One more breath in. And breath out. All right, eyes open. We'll do a couple of stretches for the shoulders, the triceps. We'll start by take the right arm across and then reach the left arm up. Just a couple of rounds of breath here, shoulders soft, breathing into the right shoulder and tricep, so the back of the arm. Probably feels good to stretch it out after our tiny arm circles. And then release, switch it out, cross the left arm over, right arm reaching up. Maybe one side feels A little more sensation, a little tighter. Breathe into it. All right, gently release, shake it out, let it go. And we'll find a seated twist. So take the left hand to the right knee, left fingertips slightly behind you, lengthen in the spine, and then gently twist. Heart stays lifted, shoulders soft, maybe gently walking the chin a little further back if that feels safe and okay. And then release, come through center, switch it out, right hand, left knee, left fingertips slightly behind you, lengthen, crown of the head reaches towards the sky, and then twisting on the exhale. Keeping both hips heavy to the ground. And focusing first on length in the spine, and then focus on the twist. And gently release, come back through center. Now taking a hold of your strap. You could also use a towel if you don't have one. And I like to double the strap and then maybe walk the hands a little further in. And you may have to play around with how wide the arms are and just bring them straight out in front. And then slowly, with control, start to reach the arms overhead. Just going until you start to feel sensation, heart lifted, open up. And then just slowly bringing the arms back down to shoulder height. So just a few more, nice and slow, and finding your depth. It's not about how far back you go. We want to keep the shoulders soft. Nice. Let's just do 2 more, nice and slow. The opening in the chest and the shoulders, strong in the arms. Let's do 1 more. Just hold here. Take another round of breath. And then just slowly release the hands back down. Just pause here for a moment. We'll use the strap for 1 more stretch. Let's take a breath in, breath out. All right, 1 more stretch. We're gonna take the strap into the right hand, reach it overhead, bending at the elbow. Take the left hand, reach back for the strap, palm facing away from the body, and then start to walk the hands closer in. And just a couple rounds of breath here. Remember, we're not forcing it. It's not about interlacing the hands. Just feeling a stretch in the front of the shoulders and the tricep. Now, also, we've been sitting for a while, so you can always change which leg is in front. And gently release. We'll switch it out. Take the strap into the left hand, reach the right hand back, bending at the left elbow, and then start to walk the hands closer together. Now you may notice that one side is more open than the other. Perfectly normal. You may need to ease back on one side or go a little deeper. So just being right here in the present moment with whatever is going on in the body. more rounds of breath. And gently release. Place the strap over to the side. And then take your time. We'll find tabletop position. Come onto the hands and the knees. So coming into tabletop, shoulders directly over your wrist, hips directly over the knees, tops of the feet on the ground. Just take a moment, tap it out. Get the blood flowing in the legs. And then come into stillness, and we'll move through cat-cow. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart, gaze up. And exhale, cat, press the earth, round in the spine, gazing towards the belly. So a couple more, and just moving at your own pace. And if there's any other movement that you want to bring in, feel free to move the hips side to side or circle it out. And just exploring the body. Holding in places of resistance. Or continuing with cat-cow if that is what feels good to you. And then come back to center. Find a neutral tabletop, a flat back, and spread the fingers wide. We're going to work on some more upper body strength as well as the legs and the core. So we're going to come into high plank position. Start by stepping one foot back at a time. So coming onto the ball mounds of the feet, you're pressing the earth away. Long line of energy. The biggest thing is that the hips aren't dipping down and we're not sending them up. So you should feel the core working, the arms working, and the legs working. Just hold here. Gaze is forward towards the top of your mat. Back of the neck is long. And then just release the knees down to the ground. Just take a moment here. Drop the belly, lift the heart. And then press the earth around the spine. Come back to neutral tabletop. We're gonna move through high plank 2 more times, holding. So step the left foot back, the right foot back, hold here in high plank. We're gonna be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees down, just take a moment. Nice full breath here. One last time, we're gonna hold for a little bit longer. Step one foot back at a time. Long line of energy, press the earth away for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, child's pose. Hips back, knees out wide, toes touch. Walk the hands forward. Relax the forehead down. And just find about 5 rounds of breath here. And just sending the breath into the back body. Finding an expansive, full breath. All right, take your time, slowly roll up. We'll be making our way into standing, and grab your block, bring it with you. So we're going to be working on activating the arms, the upper body. Start by bringing the feet hip width distance, And then taking a hold of your block and just bring the hands into heart center. And then pressing the hands into the block. Now, if you don't have a block, that's okay. Just finding that engagement. And just feel the legs strong, the feet rooted, the core pulled in. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And a cleansing exhale. Reach the arms overhead. Keep holding on to the block and feel that resistance. So pressing the hands into the block, maybe that you notice how much more engagement there is in your arms than when you normally lift them straight up. Let's keep the shoulders soft. So this is the engagement that we actually want to find each time. And then reach up and over towards the right. Find a side body stretch. Keep the arms strong. Heart lifted. And just come back to center. And then over towards the left. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Lengthen through the right side. Come back to center. Bringing the hands into heart center and just pause here. Chair pose. Send the hips back. Keep the heart lifted. Working into the glutes, into the thighs. Keep pressing the block. See if you can sit a little deeper. And then straighten the legs. Pause here. Take a breath. So this is our Sun A variation with a block. Reach the arms overhead on your inhale. Up and over towards the right on the exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, straight into chair. Sit the hips back nice and low. Hold here, breathe. Now this time option. So to reach the arms straight out in front, palms facing towards each other, shoulders plugged back. And then straighten the legs, hands to heart center, release. Breath in, breath out. One more time, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, over towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, sit low into chair, hands to heart center. Hold here, breathe. Strong in the legs. Option, reach the arms forward. Maybe sit a little deeper for 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, hands to heart center. Breath in, breath out. Nice, just release the block over to the side. We are done with it. We'll be working into Warrior One. So facing the front of your mat and then stepping the left foot back, the right foot is forward. And the left toes are going towards that top left corner. The hands can start at the hips. And just notice for a moment, if it looks or feels like you're on a tightrope, take a wider stance like your feet are on railroad tracks. Hands to the hips and just start to bend into the front knee. Notice how it feels hugging the right hip back, left hip forward. Tailbone lengthens down, belly pulls in. Nice, soften in the shoulders. And just stay here. Find cactus arms, elbows in line with shoulders, finding that 90-degree angle. And then just start to draw the elbows in towards each other. Feel that resistance, and then open the arms back out. Feel expansion across the chest. Keep pressing into the back edge of the back leg. And then slowly drawing the arms back in. And then opening back up. Let's do 2 more. Nice and slow with control. One last one. And then hold here. Take one more breath. And release. Hands to heart center. Straighten the legs and turn towards the side. Bringing the feet parallel. So heels and toes out. We'll come into star pose. Reach the arms overhead. And then goddess. Now this time bend to the knees, the elbows come in towards the sides, the palms face up. And then on the inhale, reach and expand. And on the exhale, sit low, shoulders over hips, palms face up. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, reach. And exhale, sit low. Nice, one more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sit low. This time hold here, static hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Release, hands to heart center. Turn the toes in so the feet are parallel. Hands to the hips. So we're going to lower halfway down, soft bend in the knees, hinging from the hips with a flat back. Go about halfway down or a little less. Feel stretch in the back of the legs. Take one more breath. Use your core, belly pulled in, slowly rise back up. Beautiful, just face the other side and the left leg is forward this time. So we're gonna find our warrior 1 and take a moment, notice the feet. If you feel like you're on a tightrope, take a wider stance. Hands to the hips. The right toes pointing towards that top right corner. And then making sure the hips aren't opening up towards the side. The left hip is drawing back, right hip is drawing forward. So holding here. And once you feel sturdy, this time reach the arms overhead, palms face in, shoulders down the back. And maybe you notice that energy in the arms, especially after holding a block and squeezing like we were doing earlier. So just notice that difference. And then reach the arms, open up to shoulder height, expand across the collarbone, and then draw the hands back into center. 3 more times, moving with control. Last 2. Strong in the legs. And 1 more. And then hold here, press into the back edge of the right foot. Take 1 more breath. And release, hands to heart center, straighten the legs, turn the toes in, parallel the feet. Now you can take a hold of your strap or interlace the hands behind the back. So your choice. I'm just gonna grab my strap for this. What you're gonna do is just keeping that wide stance, either hands interlaced or holding onto the strap, and then drawing the hands down, the shoulders down the back, heart lifts. Just feel expansion across the chest. And just walking the hands as close in as it feels comfortable. 2 more rounds of breath. And then gently release, just take a moment, shake it out, let it go. We're gonna find our way back down onto our mat. And we're gonna lower all the way down onto the belly for some spine strengthening. So take your time, I'll meet you there. So lowering all the way down and zip the legs together like a tail. We'll move through baby cobra. Hands directly underneath the shoulders and then cricket arms. On your inhale, head, chest, shoulders lifts up. Now pressing into the tops of the feet and the thigh bones. Keep breathing. Back of the neck is long, shoulder blades roll down and back. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Gently release. You can stack the hands, rest the forehead down, heels fall open. Couple rounds of breath here. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the belly breath. Notice the heartbeat. And then release. Now this time, legs hip width distance, and then expand the arms back like airplane arms, palms facing down. On your inhale, head, chest, shoulders lifts up, and lift up the arms as well. Now, if you feel any crunching in the lower back, then lower down a little bit more. So it's more about reaching in that extension rather than height. Energy through the fingertips. If it's in your practice, maybe you draw the legs up as well. Weight is in the low belly. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Gently release, stack the hands, rest the forehead. Just find a couple rounds of breath. All right, take your time. Hands can come underneath the shoulders. We'll press back up. And then take your time. We're going to lower all the way down onto our backs to slow down our practice. So lowering down. Bring the feet to the ground about hip width distance. Walk the heels in towards the glutes so you can brush the fingertips against the heels. Arms down by the sides, and then press into the feet. Tuck, curl, lift the hips up towards the sky. Press the earth away. Squeeze the glutes. Relax the muscles in the face and in the throat. Hold here. If it's in your practice, maybe you interlace the hands, shimmying the shoulders underneath. Take 2 more rounds of breath. And then gently release, slowly. Lower down. Tailbone is last to touch. Pause at the bottom. Take a full breath. Hug the knees in towards the chest. Give them a squeeze. And then keeping the right knee hugged in, the left leg extends out, supine twist. Draw the right knee across the body over towards the left. If this doesn't feel good, take an easy twist with both knees bent. So find what feels good to you. The right arm extends out straight or cactus. Keep the shoulders heavy on the ground. And just a couple rounds of breath. And just using these last few moments on your mat to take in the full benefits of your practice. Just continuing to give yourself time and space to slow down and tune in. Come back to center. Draw both knees in, giving them a squeeze to rebalance. You can rock it out side to side. We'll switch it out. Keep the left knee hugged in, the right leg extends out, or keeping both knees bent. Drawing the left knee across the body over towards the right. And just gently wringing out the body, rejuvenating the spine. And just making sure that your practice feels good. And then slowly back to center. This time, happy baby, grab behind the thighs, calves or outside edges of the feet, drawing the knees outside of the ribs and just rocking it side to side. Make sure the low back is staying connected to the ground so the entire length of the spine is pressing down. Maybe you extend one leg out and then the other. Just allow it to be comfortable, easy. And then draw the knees in, give them a final squeeze, take a breath. And then release into final Shavasana. Get comfortable however that looks for you. Eyes closed or a soft gaze. Sometimes stillness can be the most challenging part of your practice, but give yourself this time to pause, to refill your own cup. We'll be here a little longer. I'll guide you out when it's time. When you're ready, deepen your breath, then just begin to reawaken the body. If it feels good, the arms floating overhead, reaching wall to wall. And then take your time rolling over to one side, pausing there for a breath, and then meeting and seated. Find a comfortable seat, sit tall, eyes closed. Let's take a generous breath in. Then a cleansing breath out, let it go. Bowing forward, thank you for showing up to your mat. Namaste.